If you've noticed these subtle changes in someone you love, I'm just going to tell you straight, it might not be aging. It might be their body quietly saying, we're getting close. And most families miss the signs until it's too late. Let me take you back for a second. There's this moment. Anyone who has ever cared for an elderly parent knows exactly what I'm talking about. When you walk into the room, look at them, and something feels off. Not bad, not dangerous, just different. Like life has shifted 1 inch to the left, and you can't describe it, but your gut is screaming that something has changed. That was me with my grandpa. He was 86, stubborn as hell, still tried to mow the lawn like he was auditioning for a Home Depot commercial. But one morning, I swear on everything, I walked in, and it felt like he wasn't fully here anymore. Knock on, just drifting. Like someone turned the volume of his life down a little. And that's when I discovered the first sign nobody warns you about. Sign number 1, the slow fade. When seniors start pulling back from life, it doesn't happen overnight. There's no dramatic movie moment. It's soft, quiet, slow. And if you're not paying attention, you miss it. They stop going to the places they used to love. That weekly grocery run, that standing Thursday breakfast spot, that neighbor they used to chat with every morning. Yeah, suddenly it's, I'll go tomorrow, and I'm a little tired, and maybe next week. It's not depression, not laziness. It's the body conserving energy, preparing, in a way, for the final chapter. My grandpa called it being worn around the edges. Doctors call it social withdrawal, one of the earliest signs the body is transitioning into its last year. And here's the thing, most families don't catch it, because seniors are experts at hiding it. They don't want to be a burden. They don't want anyone fussing over them, but you see it in the eyes, and the way they stare at a window a little longer, and the way they say, I'm fine, a little too quickly. And just when you think you understand it, the body sends the next signal. Because the second sign? It's the one that hit my family like a freight train, and most seniors show it long before anyone realizes what it means. Sign number 2. The sudden drop. Big changes in eating habits. Let me paint this picture for you. My grandpa was a food lover. Man would eat pancakes at midnight like it was a personality trait, but out of nowhere, he stopped finishing meals. Then he stopped cooking. Then it was just toast, soup, maybe a banana on a big day. We brushed it off. Old people eat less. But no, this wasn't eating less. This was the appetite shutting down. Here's the real deal most folks don't know. When the body enters its last year, digestion becomes a second priority job. The body saves energy for the heart, the brain, the essentials. Eating becomes a chore instead of a need. If you're seeing loss of appetite, smaller portions, less interest in favorite foods, forgetting to eat, saying, I'll eat later, but never actually doing it, that's not normal aging. That's a biological slowdown, a sign the body is shifting into preservation mode. And here's where it gets even more real. Sign number 3, the sleep switch. When days and nights start blurring, this one hits families the hardest. They start sleeping like their body is running out of fuel. At first, it's just longer naps. Then it's falling asleep mid-conversation. Then I'm just resting my eyes, but their eyes stay closed for an hour. You start noticing they're awake at 3 a.m. but exhausted at noon. That's because the brain's internal clock, the circadian rhythm, becomes less reliable. It's not malfunctioning. It's preparing, saving energy, resting more than living. And here's something I learned the hard way. When seniors sleep more, it's not them giving up. It's their body doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Protect them. But the scariest moment for most families is when these signs collide. Because the next sign, the one that shows up quietly, slowly, and then all at once, that's the one that made me sit in my car and cry where no one could see me. Because when their personality starts changing, you know the countdown has begun. Sign number 4, the quiet shift. Personality and memory changes. Look, nobody prepares you for this one. One day they're laughing at a joke you've told 100 times. The next day, they look at you like they're trying to place where they know you from. It's not full memory loss, it's not dementia. It's something in between, a soft fog that rolls in and out. My grandpa would call me kid, even when he clearly knew my name. He'd tell stories out of order. He'd ask the same question twice, then apologize like he'd committed a crime. This is the sign that breaks families, because you see the person you knew slowly blending into someone quieter, softer, more fragile. Here's what actually happens. As the body slows, the brain reduces energy output. Memory becomes selective. Reactions become delayed. Personalities become gentler, calmer, sometimes even more emotional. They start getting sentimental, letting go of grudges, apologizing more, talking about the past, saying I love you, more often giving away belongings, saying things that sound like goodbyes. Most families don't understand what is happening. They think their senior is opening up. But this is the emotional preparation stage. It's the heart knowing what the mind isn't ready to say. And just when you think you've wrapped your head around this change, the final sign appears, the one most families never talk about. The one that tells you, quietly, softly, the last chapter has begun. Because the fifth sign is the one no one wants to admit they've seen. Sign number 5, the release. A sudden calm before the final goodbye. This one is the hardest. Not because it's scary, but because it's peaceful, and that's what makes it so heartbreaking. There's a moment, sometimes weeks before, sometimes days, when seniors experience a strange wave of clarity, energy, peace. They smile more. They talk more. They eat a little. They might even walk around the house like they're getting better. Families get hopeful. They think, maybe we're turning a corner. But this is what doctors call the rally phase, a final burst of strength before the body gently lets go. It's not fake. It's not imagined. It's the body giving them just enough energy to say unspoken things. Thank you. I'm proud of you. I'm okay. I'm ready. My grandpa held my hand that week, told me stories he hadn't told in 50 years, smiled like he was seeing the world fresh. And then, just as quietly as it arrived, the energy faded. More sleep, less talking, soft breaths, stillness. This is the moment families need to be there, not with fear, but with love, warmth, presence, because the truth is, the last year isn't about loss. It's about transitioning from living to remembering, from holding on to letting go, from fear to peace. And if you've seen these signs, even one of them, don't panic. Just show up. Be present. Listen. Laugh with them. Hold their hand. Help them write the last chapter the way they deserve. Because the real question isn't whether these signs are showing, it's whether you'll notice them in time to give your loved one the goodbye they deserve.